Here are 5 easy ways to keep your financial info safe online. We got this question over the last few months from clients, and it was, what can I do to protect my financial info online? And because it's been on our clients' minds, I wanted to make this video for you too, just in case you've ever wondered that as well. The scary thing is that it doesn't take much for bad actors online to get information needed to either take an identity or to hack an account, but there are things that we can do to make it harder so that it's less likely to happen to us. Very quickly, I'm Dave Zoller, and I run Streamline Financial, a retirement planning firm, and we take cybersecurity very seriously. So here are the 5 things to think about. You might already know some of these things, but it's still a good refresher just to make sure that you're doing everything that you can be. Number 1 is just to make sure that you set up 2-factor authentication on every important login that you're able to set it up on. 2-factor authentication really just means that every time you log into a financial account with your username and password, then you'll also receive a code on your phone that you'll have to enter in order to get into the website. This is recommended because even if a hacker is able to get your login info, your login and password online, they'd still need access to your phone to be able to log into the bank account or other account. In my opinion, I use this for some of my crucial account logins, but I don't use it for every single login like the Wall Street Journal online or other subscription services, but that's just my opinion. That's what I do. So think about using 2-factor authentication on those most important logins that you have. The second tip is one that you've heard before, but it's really important. I heard it from a former white hat hacker, which means he used to work for the CIA trying to stop the bad guys online. And he said that the easiest way for one of the bad guys to get into multiple accounts of one person is because that person uses the same password on multiple accounts. So the tip is just don't use the same password on those important accounts that you have. And you might be thinking, well, I don't want to write down or remember all these different passwords anyways. So that's where the next tip comes in handy, and that's to think about using a password manager. The great thing about these password managers like LastPass or 1Password or Dashlane, there's a bunch of them out there, is that you really only need to remember one master password, and then that allows you to sign into all your accounts, all the accounts having different passwords. This is highly recommended, and it really beats, I think, in my opinion, writing all your passwords down on a folder or paper somewhere. And it's also easier to access your account login info while you're traveling or you're away from home. The next tip is a simple one, and that's just to make sure that you stay up to date with the system updates on your phone or computer or other devices. A lot of time they're making an update and they're patching a flaw that maybe hackers found a way around. So it might be a good idea to turn on automatic updates on your devices so that this just happens automatically. The next thing is be wary from calls from financial institutions, right? Even your financial institution. If you're like me, you might already be wary of any phone call where you don't recognize the number because all the spam calls that are coming. But even if it says your bank on the caller ID, then I'm still skeptical. I won't spend much time on this, but just make sure that you don't share or give any important information for people who call you. Also, it's important to be aware of the text messages that you might get from your bank or Amazon or UPS or another well-known company. It might say, you know, your Amazon package has been rerouted. Click here to confirm or fix it or something like that. Just be careful of those texts because one wrong click can put a harmful virus on your phone. Instead, think about going to the site direct. Not clicking on the text, but going to the site direct and solving the issue there. So if you get a text or I got a text from my bank and it says fraud alert and click here to stop the $1,000 charge or whatever, I'll call the number that I have saved in my phone, the one that I know is the bank phone number, or I'll just go online to the website that I know is my bank phone number instead of clicking that link. And the same goes with emails. The bad guys do a great job of replicating the look and feel of the emails from our financial institutions. So I'd recommend not clicking on really any of those, at least in my opinion. That's what I do. I don't click on any of them. If you see one that says something that looks urgent, then do the call to the number that you know, or go direct to the website to log in and fix it there. Because what happens is, if you click on that email link, it might bring you to a page that looks exactly like your bank login page. It's identical, and then you'll put in your information, and then the bad guy has the login and password. So I know that this might sound kind of paranoid, but I think that acting a little bit more paranoid in this day and age makes more sense than being too trusting with messages and emails that you get online. It's better really to be safe than sorry. So hopefully that got you thinking of a few ways to secure yourself and your accounts online. If you watched to this part of the video, hopefully you found it helpful. And if you did, please like it and subscribe if you're interested in retirement specific content, and then have a great rest of your day. Take care.